Ladies and gentlemen, and today I'm going to be talking about a really important topic or theme that Homer used to polish throughout all of his magnificent works of art, which is that Homer's paradoxical glimmer of reality on human beings and how he compared both diverged human beings and their mindsets and their personality and how humans may be two-faced. Done by Omar Hassanin Salim, 9B. Having the wildest sense of all and providing epics based on Greek education and culture, Homer was one of the most influential authors who had a real major impact on the classical age, as he was considered the main backbone of humane education down to the time of the Christian Empire and the spread of Christianity. Homer used to live in the city Iona, which is now in now Turkey, and he was also there was lots of contradicted ideas that he may be a man or even a woman or a group of men or people who introduced this mythical or Greek mythical Homer. They also said that Homer was blind and he used to write all of his stories based on storytelling. He didn't write them by himself. We also have to look into the most famous works of art that Homer polished, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Homer was a semi-legendary author of these two epic poems, and they were the central works of ancient Greek literature. The Iliad was set during the Trojan War, the 10-year siege of the city of Troy, in the Greek kingdoms. Now we really need to consider the Homeric poems and especially how Homer's paradoxical glimmer of reality on human beings. And not only human beings, I'm talking in general about their personality and their own mindset. So, Homer, his epics often showed a stylistic picture of human life and the world. However, he always showed us the two-faced human beings. So we can understand throughout the Homeric poems that Homer wanted us to understand that human beings are a complex creation of two-faced mix of emotions, as we can say. So he told us that underneath this highly esteemed human being, there's underneath this glorious veneer of heroic gestures and courage and loyalty and civilizing rituals, lies a different and glimmer reality of tribal predestination, self-interest, brutality, and unpredictable danger. So this is human. So throughout all of the coming slides, we're going to be discussing this throughout Homer's works of art. So in the Iliad, Homer especially uses war as a setting or place to emphasize his theme or topic. So within all of this mess going around in war, you can't really find true people with humanity and good traits. So this settings also evolves the theme of humanity. I'm going to talk about it in the next slide. So Achilles seeks a vengeful glory by staying separate from the battle. And the war's duality is that it fosters brotherhood and heroism, but at the same time destroys it in a terrible, bloody way. So, Homer often describes a haze or darkness of confusion that overtakes the heaviest fighting, as reasonable people lose themselves in chasing glory and honor, often due to their doom. So for that, Homer decided to show people that they are two-faced or two layers. They are like the ocean, the surface people who you can see, and the inner deep from each and everyone from inside. So Homer here said that they have all of the heroism traits and that they are glorious and very brave. However, when it comes to fighting, they are always looking for glory and not looking and heroism. However, in a very terrible and bloody and a brutal way. So they're looking for heroism or victory on others' people's rights. As we discussed in the previous slide, that the war affected humanity, and this is very true, because the setting of the place where the Iliad took place is a really major key in emphasizing the theme, as I said before. So Homer says that humanity or human compassion and connection is very hard to find among the horrors of war, but it's not impossible. So this was what war proved to have an impact on, first of all, Locus and Didymus met on the battlefield and finding their forefathers were best friends as they pledged friendship and exchanged armor. Also, at the end, humanity counteracts the evil's war. So this is the major theme that Homer wanted to tell us, that people have lots of bad traits in them. However, from deep inside, you can find bad or good traits, and this is according to people. So I switched it up a little bit.
Honor can be gained through battle, athletics, or debate. Particularly in wartime, it is built by demonstrating skill and bravery in battle and seizing valuable prizes, trophies of the enemy, and also keeping enemies from looting their comrades' bodies. The argument between Achilles and Agamemnon escalates because both exercise pride without humility. When Agamemnon seizes the woman Achilles has taken as a battle prize, he takes Achilles' honor away and insults his pride. Without an apology, Achilles will not return to battle. Although Agamemnon started the conflict, he will not bend his pride to apologize. Only an issue of greater pride and honor, avenging Patroclus' death, can make either man budge. Pride in the Iliad wounds all.
So, as we heard in the video, that pride in the Iliad wounds all. This is a really important speech that we need to look into. So, all of humans are very greedy, and this is a really important trait that Homer emphasizes throughout all of his works. So, this greed is more and more emphasized on and more built as we get more glorious and more victories. So, human beings said that all of these bad traits, which is pride and honor, causes hatred and flames to rise all over the hearts of people. Not least is a comparison between these two Homeric factors that Homer used in depicting the glimmer of reality on human beings. So Homer styled a picture of human life and the world to have a glorious veneer of heroic gestures and courage, loyalty, and civilizing rituals. However, on the other hand, the glimmer of reality of self-interest, brutality, and unpredictable danger. So, I think that the relation between these two factors is a cause and effect relation. When you have more pride or more glory, this eventually leads to your brutality in acting. As in the Iliad, people in war were very, very glorious, however, in a very brutal way. So it's a cause and effect. However, it's very normal, or at this time, Greek time, the norms had to be that there's a predator and a prey. So this brutality led to many. So this brutality just caught the attention of Homer to write on these two famous